Earlier, I sat down with the chief executive of Taleo. This is a software company that makes software to help companies recruit new talent and then also provide software to measure and manage the talent once they're inside the company. This company, Taleo, generating lots of cash flow. Let's listen.
We take over a company's website, so it runs on our infrastructure. So we're a pure play software as a service, so we don't ship CDs. Everything runs in our data centers, and all of the branding is the company's branding. So what we do is we help make sure that all the candidates that you would want to have for a job come into the portal, and then you own that data. And what we do is we help get those people into the company, manage their workflow, manage their compensation, manage their performance reviews, manage all of their succession planning, tie their goals together. So it's a holistic view of talent management.
All right, so you've got talent management, and is that bringing in the performance management software, which I know that you're focused on because you've got, what, like 4,400 customers for the human resource, for the recruiting software. You want to also sell them the performance management software.
You know, if you're a student of any type of business like this, your first sale is your most expensive and most difficult, and if you do a really good job and have high customer satisfaction, the cost of selling that net new product obviously goes down, which leads to our cash flow position and also leads to a wider and stickier use of all of the applications because they're all built to work together. And I think that's what customers are looking for, is they want to deal with less vendors, more impactful, and they want to make sure that the software works all day, every day. And with 4,400 customers, 47 of the Fortune 100, 150 of the S&P 500, we have some of the largest, most robust customers on a global basis.
And you've also done quite a number of acquisitions.
We've done 5.
Yeah. Can we look forward to more takeovers?
Well, I think what's happening is there's a separation between the haves and the have-nots. We spend $34 million a year on R&D, which is more than the revenue of most of these small companies. And the tough 2009 has really put a separation from the companies that have been able to grow in a very difficult time. Like we grew 25% last year. We grew margins 48%. And a lot of smaller companies have had a hard time selling because they can't spend money on R&D, can't spend money on distribution, can't spend money on marketing, and they just don't have the cash. So having a strong cash position plus a core competency in being able to integrate software onto our platform, we feel that we could be in a position to do some inorganic activity in 2010, 2011.
Now, one of the other things you've got to manage, obviously running the company, is you've got to manage the company's balance sheet, you've got to manage the internal financials. You've had a couple of restatements over the past couple of years. What can you say to investors to give them some kind of confidence that there aren't going to be this restatements over a period of time?
Sure. Well, the restatement we most recently had to do with a very technical accounting issue, and it's how you recognize services revenue. We're in a new business model, software as a service. There's probably only 15 publicly traded companies that follow that model.
Now, this is the model where basically you don't have to actually own the software. You just kind of rent or lease whatever it is you need using the internet as the delivery mechanism.
Right. So our subscriptions on our average 3 years, so we recognize the software revenue over 3 years, but we follow the same consulting model as every other software company. Is when we do the implementation, we recognize that revenue billed as earned. What the SEC took a look at that and decided, hey, well, maybe you should recognize it the same way as the software, and then they reversed themselves. So we did it for 1 quarter that way, did the restatement, and then on January 1st we went back to the old way we did it because the SEC changed the rules, and now everybody has to do it that way.
That was Gregoire of Taleo Software speaking earlier to me on Bloomberg.